over to the other big story this week, and that is Donald Trump's threats to control Greenland. That too, renewed threats just before a high-level White House meeting that was hosted by U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. They were hosting the Danish and, of course, the Greenland foreign ministers. What happened next? Let's break it down for you.
It's very important to say it again, that how important it is from our side to strengthen our cooperation with the United States, but that doesn't mean that we want to be owned by the United States.
That was Greenland's Foreign Minister Vivian Motzfeldt soon after the high-level meeting at the White House, with no breakthrough on the standoff between President Donald Trump and Denmark's government over Greenland. This, as Trump has already reiterated that he wants nothing but full US control of the island. Anything less is unacceptable to him. Denmark's Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen highlighted the fundamental disagreement with the US president, that America must rule Greenland to protect it from China and Russia, but also revealed that there was no change in the American position. Interestingly, what's followed Trump's renewed threats of conquering the Danish territory is a unified NATO response, with several NATO countries, including France, Germany and Sweden, announcing plans to send troops to Greenland. The move, made at Denmark's request, arrives after the Greenland summit in Washington. As a result, an escalation in the crisis may have been averted for now. This, as both sides have agreed to form a working group, one that would convene in the coming weeks. But it is still unclear if any compromise is even possible with Donald Trump, given his irreconcilable demand for Greenland's ownership and Denmark's insistence that it will not sell or surrender the territory. Remember, Denmark has controlled Greenland for centuries. Even though today the island is largely self-governing, the Danish government provides the island about 56,000 people. Even economic subsidies while support its gradual path towards independence. In fact, Denmark's defense ministry has announced that it will conduct additional military exercises on the island, those featuring aircraft, vessels and soldiers from its own military and those of its NATO allies. But Trump is digging his heels in, maintaining that US needs Greenland for national security purposes and that NATO must lead the way to acquire it. So much so, this is what Trump had to say in his Truth Social post, and I quote, "NATO becomes far more formidable and effective with Greenland in the hands of the United States. Anything less than that is unacceptable." And on Friday, Donald Trump said that he was determined to acquire Greenland whether they like it or not. Neither the State Department nor the White House have provided a summary of the Greenland summit or any details on the working group. But experts acknowledge Greenland's importance to an unfolding military and economic competition between the United States, China and Russia in the Arctic, a region where melting ice has opened new shipping lanes and opportunities for resource extraction. Because remember, Donald Trump is playing on the fears that it will be either Russia or China that will take over Greenland if the United States doesn't. But many call Trump's talk of Russian or Chinese conquest of the island overblown. In fact, they question whether the US president, a former real estate mogul, is now motivated by a chance to enlarge America's territory.